Hi, my name is Sergio Castillo Huerta, and I present these tutorials and to help you familiarize yourself with some of the functions of PASCO Capstone software, because this software will be used in the fields of physics at the time of the practice. When we start the program, the first thing you find is the main screen and the main part of the series of templates is found on the right side bar display here. We'll see below the console here bar and left side of the toolbar here. This tutorial will explain the hardware configuration of the connecting of sensor and manipulation of graphic, and now start with the hardware setup tab. Open this window. It may occur in wait or no. The yellow icon that is observed indicates that the hardware is not connected to the computer or turned off. Is this. The interface model is the 7050 deal, and that you can select in the Choose Interface tab. Is correct this, which will show us the list of compatible devices. Below explain how to carry out the sensor configuration. We assume that we have connected a rotational motion sensor on port 1 digital input. This is digital input and this is analog input. So on first sensor in the analog input on port A. So select rotary motion sensor and force sensor. To configure this sensor, must consider that port is physically connected to the interface. For example, if I have connected the sensor rotational motion input 1, we click and look in the list the corresponding sensor, which in this case is sensor rotary motion, and we can see that the select it appears. We join it in two lines indicate that it's a gives two digital inputs. In this case, the connecting lines will be red with a yellow symbol, saying the sensor is not in place. Then remove the sensor interface. Right click on this option will remove sensor. Here. Then we click on the channel A and lock input to shape or force sensor called economy force sensor, and this ended the connection of sensor. To configure this sensor, we close the window setup by clicking again on the button, and we will now open the data summary. This. Here we can see the list of sensors that have connected. This. To the interface, and we can also see the variables are measured using this sensor. This button with the icon of an eye, you can select which variables are what we want to measure each of the sensor for angular rate use. the angle and angular velocity, and we will remove the check mark to the other variables that appears next each of them. The force sensor is only possible to measure this variable, so leave the default settings. Another of the feature we have is not to change the units of measurement. For that, select the variable identifying the current unit of measure. We click on the select to the desired unit, and in this case we will choose degree. Or can make this change on the bottom preference and more advanced. Is correct. A more advanced way we can configure our sensor. At the bottom of the screen we have the control bar. Close this, first close this, and this part in it we can find the list of the sensors that have already connected. On side of this we have the sampling frequency, which we have set at 50 Hz for each sensor that are already sensor configured. First for sensor economy, 50 Hz, and rotary motion sensor, 50 Hz. To perform a data collection, simply press the record button in this control section, that is, but in this case is off. To begin data collection, it's important that they first list the elements in which you want to display this information to the startup. It has a number of default templates which contain different types of displays in which we can see results graphically. By choosing any of these templates, can see that we have graphic and a table. It is graphic and table. This can select the type of measurement you want to view. If we click on select measurement, in the table we will see the sensor with respective variables, and we can select any of them. In this case, select angle and angular velocity, and to select the graphic force. If some of the select template is not true, linking can create your own. So first delete this. For this display station has a number of displays in this part, and just simply drag them to the central region on the page. And we can adjust the size of this. And add others. And if you need more space, just know to click on the button to add content. This is the button to add content. So it's all. I hope that helped you, and thanks.